It's weekend again, so we get play more Artisan. I don't know how much longer we're gonna play Artisan. Hopefully we can get a billion endings, so we'll be doing this forever. And oh, we almost have $50,000. I should probably slow down with selling stuff, because otherwise we might get an ending before we want one. I think we maxed in everything, and we're just the best at everything, really. It's Wednesday. We should write more on our book one more time, shouldn't? Okay, next time. We're gonna be done next time. Cool. Let's go to the museum. Visit Melody. Show me the paintings. Cool. So, I guess we should just get ready for lots of endings. Like, if we write the book and we go talk to Justin, we'll get his ending. If we do number 6 of our comic book and then go on a Friday comic book selling night, and we get... what is his name? Andy? Andrew? I can never forget. Why do I only remember Justin's name? Man. The library guy's ending. Oh yeah, no, we should actually try to sell more artwork to Melody, because Melody has a bit left on her ending, or on her storyline, so.
Okay.
However, we are supposed to get that, but yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Let's go to the park or something. Yeah, let's go to the museum. Hello. Let's see if we can go to the museum now and just see if anything happens, really. Even though we don't have A-grade painting. Walk up to the museum, then hustle up the mosaic stairs to see if you can spot a familiar face. It seems pretty quiet until you hear footsteps up the stairs behind you. Hey Peanuts, what's up? You got another painting that needs a new home? Not today, I'm afraid. I guess I was just stopping by and say hi. Yeah? Well, that's cool. Sorry there's not a whole lot going on over here this time of night, but I'll walk you home, okay? These long shadows get kinda creepy after dark. The two of you set about a casual stroll toward your house, which is not too far before the apartment building Melody resides in. It's amazing how the happy chatter of friends would chase away any ghosts lurking in dark corners. All you really seem to notice is how cheerful the streetlights look, standing in a row beside the long sidewalk. She stops by the convenience store, which seems to be her habit, and buys a cup of coffee to prepare in the same sort of way. 3 sugars and however many creamers she can take while leaving a respectable-looking number of them in the container. You look over some magazines, which she comments on while sorting through the stand of cakes. She eventually settles on a carrot cake, and you select a bag of mixed mini donuts to accompany her your new literature. By the time you reach your front door, your spirits are renewed, partially by sugar, you reason, but certainly no less from the happiness of a good friend's company. Okay, so not much happens if you don't have artwork there, but... make more masterpiece.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm actually, we're not gonna go sell comic books because we might make too much money. What? Crazy, I know. All the craziness. Slip. Sleep.
Hooray!
So I'm gonna save here in case something that I didn't mean to do happens. We could actually start working on this too. Just to have things done. Let's go to the museum because we have some A-grade artwork and we'll see what happens. Oh wait, I want to save again. Because if we accidentally get an ending, I want to make sure we don't. You walk up to the museum, then hustle up the mosaic stairs to see if you can spot a familiar face. Excuse me, miss, are you lost? A new person! Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just going to meet a friend here, that's all. Meet a friend? But the museum has been closed for a while. Who would ask to meet you? Oh, wait, are you Ellie? That's right. Have we met? Good guess. Okay, my turn. Is it Frank? You kind of look like a Frank to me. I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable talking to strangers so late at night. Of course. I'm sorry. It was rude of me to ask for your name without introducing myself first. I'm Raphael, Melody's little brother. Do you know my sister? She works at this museum, and she's always coming home late after visiting with an artist friend here. I thought you might be her. She mentioned her friend had long hair and was as thin as a promise. Oh, Melody said she had a brother, but I didn't like to pry. It's nice meeting you. I'm sorry, I didn't realize she was late. That was so inconsiderate of me. It's not like I'm doing anything unhealthy, this is just my shape. Yeah, she said you tend to apologize for things you have no business apologizing for, too. She didn't mention how much you look like your paintings, though. It would be haunting if they weren't so pretty. I'm sorry, you want to talk to my sister, right? She's setting up some stuff at the gift shop right now, but I'm sure she'll be around soon. In the meantime, you can have a seat here. You look kind of hungry, too. Hold on a minute. Can a person look hungry? Yes, they can, and you do. I'll be right back. He returned shortly with a large covered tray that you recognize as belonging to a catering service. Not the sort of thing often seen around your mom and dad's restaurant, but familiar enough to bring a nostalgic comfort with it. All of which is immediately forgotten once the tray is uncovered, and open season declared on the array of fresh fruit tarts, cheesecakes, and chocolate torts within. Next few minutes are a blur of sweet delight, but once you collect yourself enough to realize how rude you've been, you apologize and attempt to split your attention a little bit more evenly between your host and the piece of raspberry tort being held carefully in your cheek. No, eat up. They're just leftovers from an event I did earlier this evening. I'd have to throw them away when I get home. It's much better to see them being enjoyed. He twists my arm. So how long have you worked for a catering company? Alright, but I should say some for your sister at the least. Are you going to have any, Raphael? Don't worry, the Happy Sister platter is stashed safely away in the van. Help yourself to whatever you like here. Me? Well, if it'll prove I'm not trying to poison you, alright. I'll taste this little guy over here. I never could understand why people seem to avoid these fruit tarts. Do they think I'm using out-of-season produce or something that amateurish? Maybe. It's so I can have them later? I think you blinded them with chocolate. I'm sorry, I was in cheesecake world for a minute there. What did you say? I guess it is a possibility. The truffles usually are the first things to vanish from the dessert trays. It's weird. Those were never especially a favorite of mine, and Melody doesn't eat a whole lot of sweets as a rule. If you like chocolate, though, I'll be sure to save a batch for you next time, Miss Ellie. You can tell me how they rate as chocolates go. That sounds great. So, how long have you been working for a catering company? I don't. I work as the pastry chef for a hotel in the next town. But that leaves me a lot of free time, so I do catering on my own in the evenings. It's a nice break from all the cakes and pies I do at the hotel all morning. Don't get me wrong, I love making sweet stuff, but most of my training back in Paris was as a cook. Catering gives me a chance to get back to those roots a little. Paris? Wow, that must have been so cool! Their food's supposed to be amazing, huh? There's actually no background music. There's just like... Wow, this is... Okay, it's just me awkwardly reading this. Cool. My dad's the same way, though he got his training to cook in the fire department. I remember Melody saying she displayed in Paris before. Did you get to see it? Honestly, I found most of the mainstream restaurants to be so tied up in tradition and red tape that the food was unexciting. Well made, don't get me wrong, just nothing unique. I was fortunate enough to eat at a couple of amazing underground kitchens while I was there, though, and the restaurant I worked for was a great place with a very skilled head chef. I learned a lot there. Of course I did. That was the reason we both moved to Paris. She was promoting her European market. I'd finished up my culinary degree about the same time as that. Getting to work at a French restaurant was a huge boon, but it was incidental to her work. I did stay in Paris while she moved on to London for a month or two, but I'm sure you know how that turned out. Is that when she decided to quit painting and work at the museum? In the sense that she nearly died from pneumonia. Yeah. I knew she was sick when we left for Paris, and that she had a bit of a cough when she left for London 3 months later, but I had no idea. no idea. When I got the call from the hospital, I quit my job at the restaurant and moved us back stateside. After a couple of months home, she eventually got her strength back, but her spirit didn't return with it. Not until you showed up, Miss Ellie. I'm not sure I completely understand what it is she saw in your work that she didn't see in her own anymore, but it got her talking again, planning again. She's even started doodling on the grocery lists. I'm just glad I have a chance to thank you for bringing my sister back to herself, and back to me. I'm sorry, do you need something to drink with all this? I got a French roast that would be amazing with a salted caramel torte over there. You thank him for his thoughtfulness, which apparently is agreement enough, as he is up and halfway toward his van before you can think of some reason to refuse. There were only 2 types of coffee in your world before, normal and decaf. The former being little more than a means of delivering warm caffeine on cold days in a way slightly more pleasing than microwaved cola. And the latter to fill the blank spot on the shelf next to the can marked normal coffee. This, however, is an exceptional experience. You are able to drink the entire cup of it with no consideration towards politeness, and are not the least bit inclined to wince when you see it being refilled. He makes much less serious conversation as it seems more comfortable to him. He has that very much in common with his sister, and your priority is to show him the same respect. You do find all his recommendations on the coffee and cakes to be very impressive sounding, though you aren't entirely sure of their meaning. It's the sort of thing you had always wished you knew how to say when waiting tables back home. To those ends, you are taking careful mental notes of it all, when a friendly face joins the party. Well, hey, 2 of my favorite people. And coffee! It must be my birthday or something. I'm guessing you 2 made introductions before breaking out the pastry cart. So what's up, Peanut? You get another painting ready to go? I did. Do you think it's something more your friend might like? It's a bit different. It's nothing urgent. Raphael said you had some work to do in the shop. Can I help? Nah, I'm golden. Thanks, though. Didn't I tell you she was a sweetie? Yeah, you were right as always. You know it. Seriously though, I'm looking forward to seeing this new piece of yours. But I'm kind of starving right now. Do you mind if we talk about this more over some burritos or something? There's a great place not too far from here. Well, a place, anyway. Hey, I'm the only snob in this house. You know that. So how about it, Peanut? Sounds like fun. Well, is it okay with your brother? I'm kind of full for some reason, but I'd love to come along. Yeah, being thin with this guy around is hard enough, but hungry? That's impossible. If you're cool with coming along, having a limeade and talking shop though, that's awesome. I'll buy you a drink, okay? It's a lively restaurant, given the late hour. Not that there are a great many people there besides your own party, but that the music is pleasant and upbeat, and the walls and decorations are all brightly colored and cheerful. Melody reviews your painting while you're waiting for the food. It meets with her satisfaction and she quickly offers you pay for it, then locate a buyer later. Normally you would never agree to put a friend at such a risk, but her casualness about it and the sudden arrival of an entree seems to put the matter in perspective. Chimichanga are apparently bolster pillow-sized burritos that are fried, then served with a salad on top to make them look like a healthier option. It is amazingly tasty, however, and you and Melody come much closer to finishing it off than you should. Very little of the place seems to meet Raphael's approval, outside of the obvious happiness of his sister. He picks at the fried pillow when Melody fusses at him for not eating anything, then goes back to sipping his tea and chatting. The 3 of you have a wonderful evening together, and part ways at last, promising to do this again soon. Oh no, I made money! No! Which is a funny reaction to making money. No! Don't make money. Alright, so yeah, so we have got a bit more on her storyline. Is the museum closed on Sundays? Yes, of course it is. I will make a new masterpiece. Well, we'll start working on it anyways. Now we can go to the park, maybe? And not talk to Justin? It doesn't really matter, but we'll take a walk. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, we got no inspiration because we didn't talk to Justin. Well, that sucks. I'll do this anyway. We'll make less progress, obviously, but I'm okay with that. Alright, let's go to the museum. What's up? Check out your paintings. Here we go. I just go to the museum in the evening because it's funsies. Do you have another painting? No, I'm kind of floundering. Do you have a minute? I could really use your advice. Not yet. I guess I just came by to say hi. Well, I'm glad you did. I don't have a lot of time to chill here, but I'll walk you home, okay? So, how have you been, Peanut? I know Raph will be asking after you when I get home later than usual. We have a casual stroll. And the familiar stretch of sidewalk leads to a glowing convenience store. You stop there for a quick drink. The idle silliness. Though you agree it's probably best not to mention the clearance donut rack to Melody's little brother. Giddy with caffeine, you return to dimly lit sidewalk. You race down the path in short spurts, stopping to laugh, then talk and laugh even more about nothing in particular. By the time you reach your front door, your spirits are renewed, partially by sugar, you reason, but certainly no less from the happiness of a good friend's company. It's really nice to have a sister. What? Cool. We're definitely getting close to all these endings here.
That wasn't so bad.
Are you sure? I want to go to the museum because I want to trigger things. I want to see if I can trigger something. Cool. Nope. Apparently not. I'm gonna sleep.
What time?
Save game. Okay, so we're definitely, I don't know how can you get 15 endings out of this game? I can only fathom 4. Like, I cannot for my life understand how you can get more than 4 endings for this game. Crazy. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going here because I'm hoping to trigger something, but I'm not. So, I guess we'll
That went well.
work on stuff that will give us
Maybe I'll bake something.
endings. Okay, let's go to the museum. We might get an ending at some point, I don't know. Oh! It's a beautiful evening when you start your walk to the museum, but as the sun sinks further behind the horizon, the pleasant coolness of the twilight hour starts to deepen into a substantial chill. Too far from your house now to head back for a coat, you press on toward the museum, hoping to find a friendly face lingering about the closed building, and praying that the air doesn't get any colder. As you finally near the museum, you're surprised to see it's still very much lit up. Usually when Melody works this late, only a few lights can be seen in the room or hall she's attending. You tap on the glass door, hoping to discover what has happened, and if you can offer any help. You continue tapping away, then notice what seems to be large stacks of trays in push carts lined against a far wall. This seems as curious to you as the persistent tapping noise from the front door apparently seems to Raphael, who emerges from a room just inside the lobby to investigate. Miss Allie, what a nice surprise. The evenings are getting a little cold now. Come in and warm up for a minute. I'll get you some coffee and cake. So how are you doing? I'm great, Raphael. You too, I hope. Your sister is okay, isn't she? A lot better, having met a friend so unexpectedly. What brings you here? Yeah, she's fine, don't worry. They haven't worked her into the ground here yet. They're trying, though, making her stay late for these stupid parties. At least I'm catering them, thank God, so I can keep an eye on her a bit over the evening. And help her with most of the cleaning afterward. Oh gosh, that's awful. Can I help you guys with the cleanup? It's sweet of you to worry, but I'm sure Melody knows how much she can handle. That's really awesome of you, thanks. I got things under control here for the moment. But if you could go talk to my sister for a few minutes, that would be great. Something's been really bothering her lately. Of course, I'll go directly. It's okay. Eat a little something and warm up first. It looks like you have plenty of coffee. God, you're still shivering. Hold on, let me get you my suit jacket. Thanks, Raphael. You're very kind. Don't worry about me. You might need your jacket if it gets any colder. Yeah, well, my sister did a pretty decent job raising me. Seriously though, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Melody raised you? Yeah, we were always close as kids. She was kind of bossy sometimes, but she kept me walking the straight and narrow and always had my back. I loved her a lot, and was miserable when she left for college. Home was never really great. But after she left, the wheels finally fell off of it. Mom just left one morning and didn't come back. I tried to hold down the fort, but I was 12. There wasn't anything I could do. Sis had no idea until the state called her to ask if, as the closest legal relation, she would be interested in taking me into custody. So she quit school and worked as many jobs as needed to keep a roof over our heads until her art finally took off. I'm sorry, I had no idea. Your mother just left? How could she do that? What about your father? Didn't he help? My father? I wouldn't even know who that was. Melody and I were the only real family we had growing up, and when the chips are down, family comes through. Not relations. Now hold tight a minute while I get you that jacket, okay, Miss Ellie? You thoughtfully sip the hot coffee, reflecting on what your friend has just relayed to you. After facing so many genuine hardships with such courage, what could be comparatively troubling to poor Melody? And what part could you possibly play in this resolution? You come to no conclusion at all by the time the brushing of Raphael's jacket over your shoulders startles you out of your serious ponderings. Either the pondering or the startle must amuse Raphael somewhat, as he is chuckling a bit while you collect yourself. He apologizes, however, so you don't feel a need to be self-conscious about the thing, and instead gather sense enough to thank him for his attentiveness and ask where his sister might be. He gestures to a room not far from where you stand. Seeing that you appear a bit more comfortable now, he excuses himself to return to his work. You're left alone once more with an empty cup of coffee and no idea what to do. But as the bottom of a coffee cup has never offered much wisdom regardless of how much one stares at it, you decide to throw it away and head off to offer whatever clueless counsel you can to Melody. Well, hey Peanut, I see my brother let you in and got rid of his jacket for the rest of the evening to boot. That or you broke in here ninja style and stole the thing. Totally. Either way, it's good to see you. Take a load off, okay? I'm not doing anything, I can't leave for a few minutes, so what's up? I just come by to show you a new painting. I didn't think the place would be so busy. Actually, I was gonna ask you that. Just trying to find some place to hide out before the snow started falling. Me? Just breaking down some catering stuff while I've got a few quiet minutes. Miss Moneybags has me working late on another one of her crazy parties. At least Raffy's getting another job out of it. He seems happy about that. But I can't imagine you came this far to ask me about a party you didn't know was here, right? Well, I started out this way because I want to show you a new painting. True. But why I came is no big deal. Raphael said you needed to talk? Who, me? Heh. Well, he worries a lot, but I'm fine, really. I don't. What am I doing? Look, I don't know the right way to handle this, so I guess I'll just put it all out there. Years ago, I was studying to get an art degree so I could take over running one of the galleries my sponsor owned. That fell through, of course. Still, a lot of really good things came out of it. I have no regrets, but running my own gallery is something I've always wanted to do. It still is. Well, my friend, you remember my friend, right? The one who buys all your paintings? Of course, the Kareth boy, right? Very sweet, a little bit silly. I haven't actually met him before. I really am harder on him than I need to be. He's a bright kid with good instincts, and he works hardish once he takes a mind to do something. Well, it's his birthday in a few months, and his grandpa is kind of sick of seeing him still working as a buyer in the family bookstore, so he's giving him about $1 million in venture capital to start some kind of business. Like I said, Kareth's a bright kid. He wants a gallery in this town as much as I do, and we both think one could really take off here, but he's scared to death of, running the place. So he asked me if I would take the job. Thing is, in order to make this gallery work, we're going to need to represent some pretty amazing artists. I already talked to some of my old friends, and they have said they'd set me up with some LEs and a signing, which is awesome, but the originals are all contracted to other galleries. That leaves me to produce all of our originals, and honestly, I'm scared. I don't know if I can stock a gallery by myself anymore. Not like I used to do. Kareth's a great artist in his own right, and he has offered to help, but I can't possibly accept. It would make things difficult between him and his dad. So I was hoping you'd consider helping me out? I'm not going to lie, it'll be a mind-numbing boatload of work, and you'll have to call it quits on all your other projects until the gallery opening in 4 months, if we have any chance of pulling this off. But I've talked to Kareth, and he's agreed to pay you $50,000 for helping me get this set up, in addition to the royalties you would make from the sales of your art. That's how much you need for that house of yours, wasn't it, Peanut? I know you're always telling me about it. I just hope I remember the details right. What do you think? Do I want to display at a new gallery run by my best friend? Let me think about... Yes! I want to help, but who will come see my work, Mel? I'd bankrupt the poor boy. Okay, so apparently we're getting Melody's ending now, which wasn't my intention. But I did save, so we'll see how this works out. Hopefully I can, we can reload the game and get other endings too. I hadn't thought of that. Not only is it possible that nobody would come to see your paintings, it's also possible that the canvases could ignite if exposed to an open flame. Then they could proceed to burn down the entire building. Do I really want to take that chance? Life's a gamble, Peanut. I've got a good feeling about you, though. And even if it turns out I can't unload your paintings on anyone except the gallery owner, it will still make the walls look pretty while I gather work from other artists. Besides, his parents already own the building we picked out for the storefront, so we're getting it for a song. I've seen his budget for the other interior furnishings too. Your piece is pretty cheap wall coverings. Just let me say that much. And there's a chance it might get double for inventory, right? Can't say that about an extra floor lamp. When you put it like that, it does kind of make sense, doesn't it? I was hoping you'd feel that way too. Thanks, Ellie. You're a good friend. Guess I'd better start working on a letter of resignation to hand into this place, huh? Let's see. Is funny papers one word or two? It's two.
I did it.
Oops, we got an ending. I like how tall this dude is. Like, what? Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Thanks for sending me the photos. The new drapes and lights look really nice in the diner. They go so well with the flatware we picked out last year. I'm sure that wasn't an accident, though. It amazes me how you guys managed to find time to decorate like that. As long as I've been here, I still haven't done anything with this place, and I don't have 30 people eating lunch in the living room 8 hours a day. Clearly, I need to work on my hustle. On the bright side, I got the last of the payments together. That's something anyway. I'm so glad you were able to make it to the gallery opening. If you'd come this week, I'm afraid there would be nothing of mine left to see except for a few postcards. Even the prints are sold out. I really should have ordered more. Fortunately, Melody managed to get a bunch of new paintings done too. More than I did, actually. Which still seems impossible with all the other stuff she has to manage just running the place. Raphael manages all the events catering with no troubles though, so that's one thing she doesn't need to worry about. He keeps the staff in coffee too, which I'm sure helps everyone. He's even taken to stopping by here to drop off a cup for me when I haven't been to the gallery in a while. It's a welcome break. He's such good company. And it's been hard being chained to my easel until this next wave of paintings are done. This time, more prints! I've learned my lesson. How is this dude so tall? Like, what? After that, though, I'm taking a couple weeks off. I hope it's okay if I come and see you guys then. There's so much I want to talk about. As nice as letters are, they're no substitute for FaceTime. Melody will probably be busy here for a few weeks more. Then she plans on heading back to her old hometown for a weekend to catch up with some of the gallery owners she knew there. She said I should come along, since apparently her old mentor was asking about me. Hopefully I'll have some prints left to give him by then. It can't look very professional to keep running out so quickly. But no point in trying to cross bridges before you get to them, right? I'll just look forward to planning my trip back home. I can't wait to see you all again. Between here and there, though, take care, and my prayers are with you both. No, I do not want to see my progress. Haha! Okay, so what happens now? Do I Are we here? Yes! Alright, we can get all the endings. Woo! Sorry, I'm just so happy about that. Yes! Okay, so that was Melody's ending. So we have Justin's ending and Andrew's ending, and then we have... I've seen all those 3 endings. Then there should be an ending where you just work, you know, your way to money, basically. Which we're also very near. And, yeah, then I don't know what the other 11 endings are. Like, really? 15 or 12 endings or whatever it is? Crazy. But anyways, so we're getting to the endings. Woohoo! So hope you are enjoying that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching Artisan Going Home Again. And I will see you all later for more endings.